Wait, can the whole studio say it at the same time? Welcome to episode 5 of
The Only Good Podcast. Alexis.
well, we have merchandise now too. Joe, would you mind show the ass side of the cup? Look at that. Two-faced, just like Joe is. Double-faced.
I was going to do a spit take, but I didn't want to.
No, mine tastes better because I'm drinking out of this great merchandise that you can get in the description below. Episode 5 in honor of Jameis Winston. He still plays.
Oh, he's alive as well.
For now.
Yeah.
Well, we have the holidays coming up. I heard you're taking your family to World of Coke.
Yep. Miami.
Is that right? That's what we call World of Coke,
Yeah.
Miami.
Right. Columbia.
You said you wanted
South
a
Carolina.
Coke. You got a Coke vape for Christmas, right?
I did.
How's it hitting? Smooth?
Oh, very smooth, yeah. It makes me feel invincible.
You still have a tinfoil cover on it?
My head? I have a tinfoil
You are
hat.
quite the conspiracy theorist.
I am.
What's your favorite conspiracy?
Bigfoot.
And your views on it?
Pro.
I'm con Bigfoot.
You're con Bigfoot, bro?
Yeah,
That's
con
ridiculous.
Bigfoot.
Don't-
I'm sitting here with my
Dick
assistant. Well, dick out. Can't see it. I'm like Justin Timberlake. Did you see Justin Timberlake getting flayed for his package size?
I did not.
On TikTok. You're on the wrong side of TikTok, honey. All right.
I am.
You need
What-
to get on TMZ talk, bro.
TMZ TikTok. What? All right, we'll explain that then.
Why do I know that? I don't want to know this. This is against my own will.
Well,
Much
let's hear
like
it. You brought it up.
so he was doing a stunt during a live show.
He was stunting on him.
he was he was stunning on them, and the rig made his wiener bulge or not bulge. In some cases, they said invert, and so the comments are saying this is reparations for what you did to Janet Jackson.
Really?
Everybody's saying that JT, the fake JT, not the real JT.
Oh, okay. That's you, right? You're the real JT.
I mean, let's be honest. I saw the clip and I was like, shit, dude.
What about JT?
I have something in common with Justin Timberlake besides being able to sing well. This is
Right.
great news for me.
And you did rip Janet Jackson's top off that one time in a McDonald's.
Parking lot. Yep, that's true. Point of this is everyone looked at his pee-pee and made fun of it. It's what it is. And then the next night, he wore a tunic to do the stunt.
So you couldn't see his pee-pee.
So you could not see his pee-pee. And if Justin, if you're listening,
Yeah, what do you mean if? What do you mean if, bro?
the point of this is if you want to see Justin Timberlake's pee-pee, start with Joe's phone
Yep.
and then go to TikTok.
Right. And then go back to my phone.
This is not how I saw the show starting,
Well,
but I see it finishing this way too.
we're gonna call it back. Somebody remember that at the end to bring up Justin Timberlake's pee-pee again. Steven, you're in charge.
It's going to be me. It's going to be me.
Okay. Well,
Cry
now-
me a river about it. I'm the man in the mirror.
I don't think that's.
Now, mirrors, bro. Okay. So to be clear, the producer said no. And then they went, mm-hmm. So I was right, bro.
Okay.
JT recognized JT, bro.
JT game recognizes JT game.
So I'm here with my co-host, the #1 purchaser of Hawkcoin. His New Year resolution was to drive by preschools in a white van only one day a week. Big step for you.
Big step.
At Joe Hamric Comedy. Give it up for Joe. Joe,
I appreciate that.
thanks. You want to introduce me or you just want to keep going?
I think people know who you are. You're JT, bro.
the real JT.
The real JT.
But if you want to see my
And
package,
but.
Joe's phone still.
Yeah. So this is Joey Thompson Comedy, my co-host.
Okay, he was going for the hand grab. If you're listening,
Yep. Oh,
my hands are still cold.
they're very cold.
And if they feel like they're covered in piss, it's because they are.
Well, I assumed.
Piss is sterile. You
Nice.
can wash your hands with piss. Happy Pissmas.
Married Pissmas, I think you mean. Anyway, Joey Thompson Comedy.
I piss on my hands.
He pisses on his hands. That's it. Remember you were saying you thought Derek Chauvin was framed?
I mean, come on. There was a couple other guys in the unit, all right? Do we know that was actually him doing it?
Yes.
I'm going to backpedal out of this situation as fastly as possible. Fastly. Is that a word?
Uh-huh. Definitely. Remember you were saying that... I'm not even
That's my app I'm opening.
That.
That's my app I'm opening during Ramadan. It's called Fastly.
That's great. That's a heady joke.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah. Let's clink together our only good podcast merchandise.
Whoa. Perfect time.
Ooh. Oh. I think a little bit of the piss from your hands got in my merchandise.
There's a little bit still in your butthole.
In that scenario, you peed in my butthole?
Yeah. That's called... I always think it's funny the concept of a guy faking it, being like...
Peeing in...
Being like, look, if you're... Yeah, faking...
Getting their butthole peed in?
I don't want to get this canceled, but yeah.
What?
Instead of being like, yeah, faking like, oh yeah, I came.
Yeah. Is that the thing?
Me?
Yeah.
You can pee inside somebody is what I'm telling you. Hey, R. Kelly, bad news. You were doing it all wrong.
He was peeing on, not in.
Yeah.
He got mixed up.
Because you could be like...
Big up, R. Kelly.
It takes a lot of concentration, though, because the male hole...
Sure.
Only has one fluid that can come out. This
Poop.
is what my PE
Poop?
teacher told
Diarrhea?
me. This is what my PE teacher told me.
Your pee.
So you have
PE
to
teacher.
concentrate very hard if you want to pee inside somebody.
Well...
Morning
is it for
would
the
not
Only Good
do
Podcast.
that. This is how I saw it starting today.
100%.
I know how it's finishing, though.
JT.
His pecker.
Pecker. His tiny erection.
Sounds like he and the wardrobe department were not in sync.
Boo. Boo that. Let's boo that. Can we boo it? Boo.
Good news, I started my villain era last night, so...
Oh, yeah?
You're just feeding the ego, yeah.
You're a heel now?
I'm a heel, bro.
You
I'm
went
a
from-
bottom, is what
you
my
went from
dad
ba-
said. My dad said I'm a bottom. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
You're foundational.
Yeah. He's important to...
Yep.
My heel catchphrase is, hey, everyone, I'm going to pee in your butt.
It's also the title of your college essay, I believe, that you sent. Is that correct?
They start playing at the WWE event. They start playing Creep by Radiohead.
Yeah.
And then I come out with a microphone. Hey, everybody, I'm going to piss in your ass.
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
I'm going to piss right in your butthole.
He would probably like it. He
probably would.
Do you remember the Hulk
As long as you
Hogan?
said the N-word.
Imagine having... so Hulk Hogan had a sex tape, right? Which was already salacious enough because it was his best friend's wife.
Right.
Then, during that sex tape, he said the N-word.
Did he really? During the sex tape?
Yeah, during the sex tape is when he said the N-word.
I mean, if you're going to have a sex tape, right?
So imagine that already being bad enough.
Right.
Like, all right, hey, brother, I plowed your wife.
Yeah.
And they're like, did you do anything else?
Yeah, what else?
Surely you didn't say any racial slurs while you did it.
Oh, I got bad news for you, brother.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
that's
did.
Macho Man.
I don't care, dude. Macho Man probably watched the sex tape.
Oh, yeah. Hulk, you were giving it to her.
Hulk,
Hulk, what do you think about black people? Oh,
She was-
yeah.
what were you thinking about black people, brother? If I had a sex tape where I plowed my friend's wife, then I said a racial slur, I would probably go off the top rope in my house.
All right, well.
Okay. Oh, no, brother. You didn't do the hanging joke.
It's a suicide joke, brother.
Bottom line is, I'm going to piss in your ass, brother. Did you see Justin Timberlake's pecker, brother? Super unimpressive.
Underwhelming, brother.
A guy like that could get a penile implant, brother. That's a Slim Jim for sure. I don't want to snap into that. Joe took his family to World of Coke. This is why they call it the only good podcast.
This is exactly why, because of quality goofabouts like this. I'm going to piss in your ass.
I'm going to piss in your ass, brother. Or sister.
Well, women have a big part in wrestling today.
That's how I knew I knew from the rib. They're not feminists because it's always brother, not sister, too. So wrestlers who don't want their ass pissed in start saying sister, too. This is terrible. I'm kind of having fun, though.
Yeah.
Are you gonna crack into your Arizona hard iced tea?
I am. I got to finish the beverage that's in my merchandise first.
Well, Joe, that was a terrible story. Do you want me to tell the audience a terrible story from my life that I've told you several times?
I do. Let's just keep in mind that I'm probably going to be laughing so hard that I'm going to be crying real tears, because that's what's happened every single time you've told the story.
I've told this story many times. What? Is this a true story? Yeah. It's a true
Is
story.
it based on a true story, or is it a real true story? Inspired by true events?
Inspired by a real true story, brother. Go ahead and crack open that Zona.
Will you calm down?
It's a Zona, bro. Why don't you go get me one? Joe's going to go to the fridge right now if he goes off. God. Give it up for Alexis.
Great job.
This iced tea is hard like I am. Brother. What if he's talking to his actual brother the whole time, too?
I can't get over that you're wrestling. Your catchphrase is, I'm going to pee in your butt.
Well, you can switch it up to piss in your ass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tinkle in your stinkle. And if that's not art, brother, I don't know what is.
We should do these earlier.
He said a racial slur in his sex tape.
He did.
Right? Confirm or deny?
Make podcast equipment more expensive? Anybody? No?
Imagine sitting in court, though, watching evidence. You have to watch Hulk Hogan plow his friend's wife.
And then say the N-word.
Then say...
Imagine being Hulk Hogan in that courtroom, and
He's
already so everybody's watching you plow your friend's wife, and you know that it's coming out. You're like, oh no, brother, this part's gonna get messy, brother.
He definitely was wearing a headband too in court with a suit.
1,000%.
Jury of my peers, brother.
I gotta warn you, brother. Something bad's coming up.
What was the story?
We'll get to it.
We're gonna get to the story, dude. We're cracking from Hulk Hogan cracking into hard R's. We're cracking into hard Arizona iced teas with
New
lemon.
sponsor, yeah.
We're gonna talk about my first professional stand-up gig where I bombed horrifically. Cool. It's not the best story.
Who has not? Raise your hand if you have not heard this story. Serious? Oh my God, dude!
It's a lot to live up to now.
You guys are in for
I
a
don't know
treat.
if they are. All right. So, stand-up comedy was doing.
I don't even need to be here for this, right?
I wish you weren't, brother.
Well, it makes two of us, brother.
Took a big old gulp there. All right. I was doing stand-up comedy competitions at the University of South Carolina. Bro, I was killing it. All right. I won second place 4 consecutive times. Four consecutive times. One time I was so confident I won, and I was like, I got second. I was like, well, what was the deciding factor? And they're like, well, 90% is fan vote. I was like, 90% is fan vote.
Why bother having the other 10%? What's the other 10%?
I have no idea.
Coin flip?
So I got second place in the comedy competition.
4 times in a row.
4 times in a row. The second time, the judge, his name was Skip G, was like, hey, bro, you pretty good. You want to host or work at the Comedy House? Now, if you don't know the Comedy House, It's not the Comedy Store.
No.
If you want to know the Comedy House, look up a clip on YouTube called "Comedian Fights Audience Member with Mic Stand."
Real. It's real.
It is like the most notorious violent stand-up clip is from this club.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Hey, bro, do you want to
Do the voice better.
Hey, bro,
There you go.
hey, bro, you want to do the Comedy House?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, bro." I was 19 at the time, super swagged out, coming hot off second place. I'm gonna shut this shit down. Now the good news is, the gig he gave me, which was my first ever professional stand-up gig, only 5 minutes. It was during 2 days before Thanksgiving. So literally everybody I knew that was going to school was home for the holidays.
You're not going to have any support there.
No support. My family showed up and my best friend. Shout out William Goodman for being there. And I had a friend beware the Ides of March me before I went. He was like, "Hey, just so you know, this crowd's a little darker than you're used to."
Like
And
they're emo. They were emo?
That's how I took it. I was like, "No, I can do dark humor."
Sure.
He's like, "No, it's going to be a little darker than you're used to." So stayed back during Thanksgiving break to do this gig. And I was looking at their website. It was like, Jeff Foxworthy's been there. Larry the Cable Guy, Chris Rock.
Zoo-Man?
Zoo-Man had probably been there.
I guarantee you Zoo-Man had been there.
So I was getting amped. I was like, "Hey, the story begins tonight." Show up. It's at an abandoned grocery store. It's an
Right.
old grocery store, so it's huge venue.
Sure.
And there's a line. I've never seen a line. And I was like, "Oh, these people are paying to be here now." My college humor is going to work very well. So we go in and we're waiting. And I'm getting a little bit nervous. I start to feel it. And now I had a friend who watched too much Entourage. He served as a faux manager to me at the time. He runs up to me. He's like, "Do you have anything else? I've heard your act. Like, do you have any other jokes? I don't think this is gonna work tonight." So I get nervous. I'm fucking freaking the fuck out. I'm like, let me pull out my Rolodex of great jokes I have.
Can you write a new act real quick? 2 minutes before?
So we're getting shepherded in by a DJ, and he's like, "Hey, you have 5 minutes. If you run the fucking light, I'm cutting your mic." I'm selling DVDs of the performance. Do you want one for $5? And I was like, "Hell yeah. This is like the genesis of
Your career.
the next Louis C.K." So we go in the back, and there's all the opening acts, which that is what I am. But I'm very like professional. I'm like, I know my shit. It's like Daniel in the Lion's Den. Everybody's rocking back and forth, and they're really nervous and shit. And they're like, "Have you done this before? Have you done this?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Second place 4 times in a row, so.
And so my time came, and I was like, "All right, here we go." And they're like, "Coming to the stage, Joey Thompson." Bum, 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 bum. And I marched through that so swagged out. I
The
had
whitest name of all time.
oh man,
Joey Thompson.
and so I went out and did my first joke, and literally nothing. I had a joke that worked during the college campuses that was like, "Hey, a t-shirt gun is the only time a gun's going to be pointed at you, and you're going to be excited about it."
Eek.
Fair point. Dude, the college kids loved it, okay? But when I did the act out, I knelt over at the end of the stage, and I was like, "A gun is the only time a t-shirt gun." And there was this huge Rick Ross-looking motherfucker sitting at the edge of the stage, and I was like, okay, this is where it ends.
Yeah.
And I wish. No, there's more to the joke. I had a free t-shirt. Again, college humor. I was like, "Hey, who wants this free t-shirt?" Now, on the campuses, people go, "Yeah, I want that free t-shirt. Give me that shirt, boy." And I was like, "Yeah, who wants this free t-shirt?" No one gave a fuck. Probably dead silence at that point. And no reaction. So what do? I go, that's right. That table over there wants it. And I took this T-shirt and I skipped it off their fucking table.
Yeah, to be clear, there people are eating dinner as well, correct?
Yeah. This is the first time, too, I'm in a club where people are eating. It skipped off a table.
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, what's that shirt say? At this point, I'm just doing my performance. I'm not, like, considering things have altered. I was like, what's that shirt say? The shirt is still on the ground. And I'm like, that's right. That shirt says, I love terrorism. And this woman goes, what the fuck? And then instead of altering the act, I'm like, that's right. You guys just went crazy for a shirt that says I love terrorism. Nobody wanted
Nobody
it.
was going crazy.
Nobody went crazy at all. So I have a hot 4 minutes to continue at this point. Well, in my Carrot Top era, I had a joke about if Spider-Man were anatomically correct with a spider, the web would come out of his asshole.
Right. Which is kind of funny, to be clear.
Yep. Well, it was funny until I wanted to act it out with silly string. So, again, I do this joke on campus at a student union. It's a movie theater. People are like 5 feet back from the edge of the stage. Not here.
No.
Not a day before Thanksgiving.
The Comedy House.
People are eating dinner at the edge of the stage. So I take this ass web silly string and act it out, and I blast it all over this dude's chicken wings. I had a big fight or flight moment in my life where like I legitimately thought about running off stage. I do a couple more jokes. It's starting to get a little bit better. But people are also starting to boo me, like not at the Apollo, and heckle me. Every joke, they'll start talking shit back to me. And at one point, this woman, I don't know who she is, what a saint, she stood up and she goes, "Hey, everybody, shut the fuck up. Give it up for white boy." I
You
knew
felt
where,
a lot better.
I knew where I stood at
Yeah.
that time.
Well,
I actually finished with a laugh, but like I went backstage in a haze, and I was like, the furthest from expectation ever. And I'm like, okay, we have to leave. And the headliner, who I can't remember, was nursing a Heineken, just like rocking back and forth, getting his set ready. And he's like, "Bruh, I've been doing this shit for 15 years. I ain't never seen no white boy spray no ass web on no chicken wing before."
accurate. Probably accurate.
So I went back out to leave. And my dad was like, "Hey, that was bad. You cannot leave right now. You have to stay. What happened, happened." Now, if I was a dad in the situation, I'd be like, "Yo, let's get the fuck out of here. Right the fuck now. You embarrassed our whole family, dude. You suck, bro. That was fucking shit,
I would
dude."
have been in the car like, I'm in the car. Hurry up.
Every performer after me made fun of me.
Referenced it, yeah.
And so when they did, the whole audience turned around and looked at me the whole time. And then one of the comedians was talking about like some gross eat out joke. And I'm just sitting next to I want to cry. And he's talking about eating some chick out. And I'm sitting next to my mom and I'm like,
Yep. So much
then-
worse.
The guy, Assweb, who was nursing the Heineken guy, comes out and just like flays me wide open for like 10 minutes straight to open his act, and everybody loves it too. That's the bad part.
yeah.
Everybody's like, woo.
Like they talk about you, motherfucker.
So we go to leave, and I'm like, look, let everybody leave before us. And
You got your head down on the table and shit.
cognitive dissonance. That's what I was in
Yep.
the entire act. So this woman comes up to me, and she was like, hey, you did a good job tonight. And I was like, fuck you. No, I didn't. Don't fucking try to build me up. That was terrible.
You tried your hardest.
Basically. So finally I see the threshold. I'm ready to watch football, eat Thanksgiving food the next day. And the DJ grabs me and he goes, hey, you should have told me you were going to spray ass web on that guy's fucking chicken wings. You could have fucked up the whole night. By the way, here's the DVD you paid for.
And one of the great tragedies of our time is that you don't have that DVD.
I kept it in a drawer for a long time, and I destroyed it.
Can you imagine if we had that to play? I mean,
I could probably find the date. I could probably find.
oh my God, dude. I would pay upwards of $100.
So I was like, I can't do stand-up anymore. And then I went and did a show in town after that and absolutely ate shit at that show, too. And I quit for a long time after that.
Warranted, probably.
But
Shout out Comedy Store.
Comedy House.
Comedy House. I'm sorry. Not Comedy Store.
So that's my-
Sponsorship still available.
That was probably the moment, hey, I should have quit comedy, and unfortunately for everyone, I didn't.
It's a good story.
It's okay. But people have been like, hey, have you bombed before? And since that moment, no. Everything is a walk in the park since that moment.
Speaking of walk in the park, that's my big bomb moment. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh, yeah. Joe, tell us about your biggest
It's nowhere near as funny, but we did a comedy show
Yep.
that actually went quite well. Sold out 2 nights in a row.
Yep.
Dan, you were there. You were there. You were
Everybody
there.
in this room was there.
Everybody in the room was. Give it up for yourselves. You know what? Thanks for being there, guys. It went so well that the nice lady from the Art Center in Greer wanted us to do a performance of it at the Art Festival, I believe.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
Oh, yeah. No, it was a huge deal.
I said yes. Off the rip. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, and then did not participate.
Then
to
my
be clear.
sister got married, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a wedding this weekend.
Joey was not there, so it was just me and Sean and a young lady named Christina Rose Yassi.
Yeah.
Shout out. There were 2 people there. I was related to one of them, and the other one was our neighbor. I do a little goof about, which is bombed twice since I did it, and it was funny where I silently read a book, Andy Kaufman-esque.
He starts the performance by saying, I'm going to read you a book.
I'm going to read a passage from my favorite book, and then I read it to myself silently. And I said that, and I saw a mom and her son, and the mom was like, oh, he's going to read a book. And they walked over and saw what I was doing and instantly left. So the bottom line is, not nearly as funny as Joey's story. No fucking body was there. I don't know if anybody laughed, even though one of the people was my wife. And a homeless guy wandered in at some point, and he didn't think it was funny either. So essentially we did this, I don't know, 30 to 45 minute long performance in front of no one. And there was a magician that came on later, and he killed.
Did he?
Killed. There was a girl singing, like, I don't know, some songs that were like religious songs. Killed. Everyone. Packed amphitheater. And not for us.
Do you think a homeless audience is tougher or easier to please?
Depends on the state of mind, I think. Are we talking about homeless?
Which brings us to great. If I did a comedy special, I would want to have the audience be nothing but homeless people with free booze.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
That would be a pretty raucous
You know when
crowd.
you're in your house and, oops. Remember when you were watching your TV in your house? Oops. I think we're losing everybody. Everybody's looking at their phones. I also bombed at that show you did at in Simpsonville because I tried to do the same fucking thing and it didn't work.
Because there was no stage.
There was no stage. That
You
was not
sat-
great.
You sat between one table and like the entire rest of the venue.
No
So
one could see what I was doing.
Everyone but the 5 people at that table
Yes.
just saw you disappear and didn't know what was going on.
Yes, that was bad. I blame you on that one.
Okay, well, let me put the audience on game because they're probably not aware. When you're doing open mics, which are the worst thing of all time,
Sure.
they are. They are rooms full of nothing but comedians trying out new material. Everybody kind of has an ego, so they don't want to laugh.
Sure.
/ they're prepping their own material. So everyone's like, "You do comedy? It's fun, right?" No, comedy is terrible. It's the most depressing thing ever. Don't do it. There's no like end in sight typically in those kind of rooms. So you go do these jokes in a room full of people who don't want to be there, but also don't want you to be there either.
Right. Bleak.
And then from that, though, typically, you get invited to do a live show, and you're like, "Oh, I got booked," and then you get your funny headshot. That's my favorite thing. Comedians are like,
Yeah.
"Ooh,
What?
and it's like, isn't your act about rape jokes? And it's like, but the poster's like, "Ooh, hey, brother." If you're thinking about doing stand-up, fuck you. You're
Don't do
dumb. You're stupid. So you get brought to do live shows. They're like, "Hey, my friend's a bookie. We're doing it at HP Fuddy Duddy's Bar and Grill or whatever." It's nothing but people talking loudly, eating food, hitting on each other. Half
Hitting
of it
on
is
you
just
while
crowd-
you're on stage.
If you can shut down a comedy show at a bar, you could probably do crowd control for the. It's raucous.
Raucous behavior. And that's been story time with Joey.
Yeah. Don't do comedy. Don't do stand up.
Don't do it. Dan, you have a game for us. Is that correct?
I think it was your idea.
Well, I don't think anybody cares about that. What? The basic idea is Cards for Humanity, but without the suggestions from the
Cards.
good folks at Cards Against Humanity or whatever it's called.
So you're saying it's like Cards for Humanity with ad libs, Cards for Inhumanity, because
Yeah, I think the game is called Cards Against Humanity. Is that correct? So this would be actually Cards for Humanity.
Cards for Inhumanity is what I'm calling this bit.
Okay,
It's us, bro.
I like that a lot.
All right, Joey's the first blank.
Okay.
Yeah, he is.
For my next trick, I will pull blank out of blank.
Piss.
Butthole.
Let's go, dude. Oh yeah, brother.
Obviously.
Pulling piss out of your butthole.
To be clear, for my next trick, I
Hold
will
on.
pull...
Wait, clap that one up. That was fucking great. That was a callback. No,
I
we're
don't
not
know,
just-
though. For my next trick, I will pull piss out of butthole, is what you said.
My butthole. Then. Sorry,
no one
Dan.
said my, so...
Sorry. Well,
It's my.
well, it doesn't have to be mine.
First one is, for my next trick, I will pull piss out of butthole. Good job.
I don't think Dan's on board.
We have broken English.
I will
we
pull
have
piss out
broken-
of butthole.
I pull piss out of.
That's
butthole.
a fortune cookie.
I've been doing this shit for 15 years. I ain't never seen no white boy
Pull
pull no
piss.
piss out of no butthole before.
Piss out of. You will pull piss out of butthole. Fortune cookie. Go ahead. That's what we should do.
Real quick, call back to that. What I like about that, it implies that other ethnicities have sprayed ass web on chicken wings before.
Well,
No white boys though.
right. Well,
White girls could have.
he saw an Asian dude do it,
I
and
ain't seen no
it
Asian
killed,
boy.
and it killed.
Asian boy.
It killed. That's why they'd seen it before. That's why they didn't laugh.
I have seen a white girl spray ass web on chicken wings. All right. Next one.
We'll switch the order. Joe's first.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I killed blank. How, you ask? Blank.
Comedy.
An airplane into the Twin Towers.
That's right. I killed comedy. How, you ask? An airplane into the Twin Towers.
This is going great.
Unfortunately, that only probably propagated comedy.
Yeah.
Not accurate.
Right.
At the time, though, it was
Funny?
not funny.
So at the time, 9/11 was funny?
At the time, 9/11 killed comedy for sure.
It did.
Gilbert Gottfried did the bit the day after 9/11 and, like,
He's gone now.
did the bit.
Yeah.
Did.
Didn't he also do a bit about the tsunami in Japan, like right after it happened, and then he lost like all his sponsorships and shit? He was the Geico Duck or whatever.
Affleck.
Affleck. What'd I say, Geico? I don't know.
Cut it all out.
Cut it all out. Cut that all out. Good.
I'm going to read them this time, and this time I'm going to have you guys say the blanks in time with the sentence versus just saying the words so we can get the comedic punch of it.
Okay. That first part was not comedic, to be clear.
So, introducing the amazing superhero sidekick duo. It's
Muhammad Atta.
and
Bin Laden. What else would you say to that?
There it is.
Great.
That was comedic.
George W. Bush would also be.
That would have been good as well.
Siri, load Muhammad Atta and George W. Bush.
To unlock your iPhone first.
I have to unlock the iPhone first. Sorry, guys.
dudes. I just found out that blank is blank. Dudes. I just found out that
George Floyd.
is
The Hawk to a girl.
Incredible twist.
Yeah. Unusable podcast. Oh my God, bro. That caught me. Well done. That caught me completely by surprise. That is not what I thought you were going to say. I'm glad.
I mean, have you seen them in the same room at the same time?
Not recently.
let's do a few more.
All right, guys, I'm going to bed.
I think this is going great.
Swimmingly.
Who's first?
Joey's first.
Uh-oh.
Blank is a slippery slope that leads to blank. Joey, first word
Piss.
is a slippery slope that leads to
Butthole.
Hey, honey, what are you listening to? Surely not people talking about urinating in each other's fucking sphincters.
Hey, listen to this podcast I just found online. Sure, there's a lot of piss and butthole talk. But, I mean,
Hey, let's get a clink in there for the cameras. We sell merchandise, too.
yeah, but don't forget about our merchandise.
We represent a good cause.
All right. Dan?
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah, no, this is
Okay.
pure comedy.
Joe's first.
All right.
Step 1, blank. Step 2, blank. Step 3, profit. I can't wait. Joe, step 1.
I don't even say it. You want to say it, Steven? Piss.
Step 2.
Present your butthole.
Step 3, profit.
He just said, are there T-shirts that say pee and butthole or whatever, and then that's the card you pull? Sounds like money to me, brother.
Cha-ching. Can you put a cha-ching sound in, Dan?
Sounds like profit to me, brother.
All right. I promise I'm not going to say piss or butthole on this one.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know how you're going to avoid this one, but
Oh, no.
Joey and then Joe. I never truly understood blank until I encountered blank. Joey, you never truly understood
Piss.
Joe until I encountered
This is just for us at this point, right? Nobody's going to listen to this. Oh, my God. Dude.
I get the last card here. You want to just bring it home? And the Academy Awards goes for piss goes to
Your butthole, brother.
Holy shit. So the Academy Award for piss goes to buttholes. Like,
To your butthole. brother.
Opening the envelope. And the Academy Award for piss goes to, drum roll.
Your butthole.
Oh, man. I'm glad that went super well.
Well, it's been a great New Year's.
Yeah.
We got some fan mail. I heard going in.
Yeah.
God, that's
A perfect time to shout out a fan after that. Tanner Duncan listens
Tanny
to
boy.
our podcast, and it might be his new favorite. So, buddy, this one's for you.
Anything else you want to say about Tanny Boy?
He's listening to it in rehab. I can tell you that. Keep up the good fight, bud.
Thank you,
guess.
Tanner.
Yeah.
We love fan mail at Only Good Pod. Send
Yeah.
it to us. Send us your questions. I look forward to this new year.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to break down some resolutions that we had for each other. Remember we were talking the other night about having resolutions for each other?
Talked all night about it
Yep.
until the sun came up.
I want you in this new year. Go ahead. We'll hold. Actually, let's clean. No, we're trying to sell merchandise.
I
Let's put
forgot.
which side you got? Okay, yeah. Put them together. Now put them. Just hold it. You cannot. We're not clinking. We're holding.
Okay.
I want you to believe in the Holocaust.
You know what? I appreciate that. I would like you to stop saying the N-word when you think you're alone. And people can hear you.
I want you to stop saying the N-word when you know you're not alone.
I think that's fair.
That's
I would like for you, if possible, to stop prank calling families of 9/11 victims and in a Pakistani accent.
I would like for you to stop generating hentai of AJ and Big Justice. In your free time.
You know that's not happening.
That's not.
I would like for you, if you can,
I don't know.
to stop deep-throating vibrators that you shoplifted.
Last one,
Okay?
and this is for our fans. I would like for you to go to TMZ's TikTok of Justin Timberlake
Okay.
and agree that body shaming is bad.
That's a great message for the new year, Joey.
Yeah.
Not funny, but still good.
Well, with Christmas coming up,
We're all over the place with our timeline, right? Christmas, New Year. We're just like we're going back in time.
we're
My
going back to
voice.
Justin Timberlake with the Christmas season upon us. Look, it's not so much
The size of the package. Go
size
ahead.
of the package that you get.
Go ahead.
It's that you received a package.
You received a package at all.
Yeah.
Hey, to New Year's.
Let's go piss in each other's assholes.
You want to?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, brother.
Guys? Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't sleep on the merch.
Do yourself a favor, baby, and fuck off. Do yourself a favor, baby, and fuck off. The only good podcast, fuck off.